Saito was a giant Japanese man. He could crush your head with his bare hands, and his appearance was very ogre-like. He was so ugly, when enemies would see him, they'd shit themselves, drop their weapons and run. Saito was a Buddhist priest. He really struggled with the whole concept of peace, so he left the monastery. He decided to build a shrine next to a bridge over a peaceful stream. His mission was to beat the Buddha out of anyone that tried crossing the bridge. He managed to win 999 duels without a single defeat. That is pretty impressive. However, the 1000th man who tried crossing the bridge was a samurai feudal lord, Minamoto no Yoshitsune. Butchered that. Anyways, these two men had a fierce battle in hand-to-hand duel, and shockingly, Minamoto emerged victorious. Saito was so bewildered the fact that he lost. He swore a life debt to Minamoto. So like Jackie Chan and Chris Carter,
what the hell did you just say?
Despite neither of them being black, they kicked ass across Japan, fighting in wars, settling any disputes. Saito helped the Minamoto clan achieve victory over the Taira clan as well. One day, Minamoto's brother decides he wants some power and wants to be leader, so he declared Minamoto an outlaw and a traitor. The entire clan rushed Minamoto's castle. Knowing the chance of escape was very slim, Minamoto decided to commit seppuku. If you don't know what this is, it's basically you disembowel yourself. It's a whole ritual which takes a bit of time, so whilst he was getting this ritual set up, he ordered his last warrior, Saito, to guard the castle whilst he sets up seppuku. Saito, the last faithful soldier, with pride and honour, went out to the bridge with his naginata, stood there and dared anyone from the opposing army to fudge with him. A few guys thought they stood a chance. You know, they had the skill set required to beat this man. So they walked across the bridge to Saito. Saito absolutely demolished them, sending their brains and bodies flying over the bridge into the moat. The enemies, realizing they'd get absolutely touched up if they went in close combat with Saito, decided to just shoot him with arrows instead. Saito didn't flinch. He just stood there, taking all the arrows with his weapon in his hand. Unfortunately, Saito ended up dying from the barrage of arrows, but because he was still stood upright, the dumbass enemies thought he was still alive and didn't figure out he died until sometime later. Anyways, Saito had done his job because when the enemies finally got into the castle, the seppuku had been complete. During World War II, Captain Solomon was serving at Saipan in the Marianas Islands on July 7th, 1944 as a surgeon. There was a huge attack of around 3,000 to 5,000 Japanese soldiers. In the first minute of the attack, 30 plus soldiers were brought to Captain Solomon's aid station. It obviously became difficult for the captain to treat such a large number of people. He then saw a Japanese soldier bayoneting a wounded soldier near the tent. He got his gun and shot the Japanese soldier. After shooting, he turned around and saw 2 more Japanese soldiers at the entrance of the tent. As he killed them, 4 more crawled from under the tent and attacked. The captain kicked the knife out of one's hand, shot another and bayoneted another. He headbutted the 4th one in the stomach, and then a wounded soldier shot him for the captain. Realizing he's gotten away with one, he ordered the wounded soldiers to make their way to another station whilst he would hold off the enemy. He grabbed a rifle and rushed out of the tent. When he went out of the tent, there were 4 men who were killed near a machine gun. Captain Solomon took control of this machine gun and started firing away. Sometime later, his body was found next to the machine gun, and there was a pile of 98 Japanese bodies in front of his machine gun. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because this story is absolutely unbelievable.
It's amazing!
So during the Vietnam War, Sergeant Roy was part of the United States Army. He was assigned to Detachment B-56, 5th Special Forces Group Airborne, and 1st Special Forces. I don't know what any of that means. Anyways, on the morning of the 2nd of May 1968, a 12-man Special Forces was dropped in the middle of the jungle, west of Loc Minh, to gather intelligence. The team was greeted by very heavy enemy resistance, and they requested emergency extraction straight away. 3 helicopters attempted the extraction, however they couldn't land due to the anti-aircraft firing. Roy was at base in Loc Minh monitoring the extraction attempts. When the helicopter returned, Roy decided to jump on board with them to assist with the next extraction attempt. Armed with only a knife and a medical bag, he jumped from the moving helicopter and ran to the wounded team. As he ran, he was shot in his right leg, face and head. He reached the team and then gave them orders to make it possible for the extraction chopper to land. He chucked smoke canisters, signalling to the chopper where to land. He then carried his team members to the chopper under very heavy fire. He then provided protective fire running alongside the chopper as it picked up the team members. He went to recover the body of the leader and get some classified documents. On the way, he was shot in the abdomen and a grenade blew up in his back. He survived, of course. Meanwhile, the chopper pilot was badly wounded and his chopper had crashed. Roy took the documents, went back to the chopper, rescued whoever he could and set up a defensive perimeter. He called in airstrikes and requested another extraction attempt. He got shot in his thigh once again. Somehow Roy still survived. The new extraction chopper landed and the soldiers started to board. Roy got 2 more injuries to his head and arm. He then killed 2 enemies who were rushing the chopper in hand-to-hand combat. Whilst the chopper waited for him, he made one last check to see if any classified docs or people were left behind. Once he was happy, he then gave permission for himself to be pulled into the chopper. When they got back to base, he was thought to have died because he wasn't responding. So the doctor was putting his body in a body bag and Roy opened his eyes, spat in his face to show that he was actually alive. What a legend. He got given a Medal of Honor, but if you ask me, that is nowhere near enough for what this man did. This man deserves a statue, he deserves a movie made about him, directed by like Christopher Nolan. Anything else you can think of, this man deserves it. What a goat. Hello, hi all. This is my first video since hitting 1k subs. I don't know, I wanted to do something special but I couldn't think of what to do, to be honest. I tried making a video topic that was kind of cool with the craziest soldiers. Pretty interesting, but yeah, I wanted to do a Q&A but I thought let me save that till 10k subs if I ever reach that. Unless you guys slap me with a lot of questions in the comments of this video, then I might consider doing one. But yeah, other channels do a face reveal at 1k. I like my privacy, so I'm not showing my face ever. Or anytime soon at least. I don't know, I might change my mind, but who knows. Anyways, my brother suggested this idea, so blame him. But I hope you guys are ready for the big reveal. Don't get a stroke. Don't faint from the shock, honestly. I know it's going to be a big thing I'm about to show you guys, but prepare yourselves. This is my thumb reveal. Yep, this is my actual thumb that I used to edit these videos. So yeah, who knows, at 10k, you might see my toes. Or my butt. Anyways, thank you for 1k subs, it really means a lot to me, and don't forget to leave any questions if you want to see like a Q&A or something, or if you got any other ideas let me know as well. But yeah, that's the end of this waffle segment. Bye bye.